really efficient. I mean, over 200 yards.
I feel like the difference this week was there were more seams, and I feel like the running backs were hitting them downhill, and they were breaking a lot of arm tackles on the first level, allowing themselves to get into the secondary.
Did you guys up front do anything differently, or did you have a different mentality going into that game or anything?
No, I feel like we were just trying to improve as we've been doing every week, and I feel like it was a lot more plays this week where we were on our guys and we were creating movement, creating holes for the running backs, and they were showing great vision back there.
Have you seen Rajon progress well over the first 4 weeks?
Yeah, I've really seen him progress going all the way back into camp. I feel like he's getting more downhill. He's breaking arm tackles more and more each week, and I hope he continues to build on that.
What's your comfort level like now compared to last year as far as snapping the ball?
I mean, it's a lot more comfortable now. We've been doing it for a few weeks. We've been doing it for all through the offseason, so it's a lot more comfortable really sitting in there in the groove with it.
It seems like in August that was all we asked you about, and then it hasn't even been an issue at all during the season. Is that kind of gratifying, the fact that the snapping hasn't even been?
Yeah, I feel like it's real good. It's something you can never take for granted, but it's good that we haven't had any mishaps with it.
James, is this another game you guys look at and know that you guys kind of have to win the line of scrimmage battle in this one?
Yeah, definitely, especially with them having the talented defensive front that they have. It's going to be a lot depending on what happens at the line of scrimmage on dictates who wins the game.
You guys feel like you've been protecting Tyler well enough? I know Akron had did some different things, had some free
I
blitzes.
feel like we've been protecting him, but I feel like it's been a lot. We haven't really given a lot of sacks, but I feel like it's been too many hits on the quarterback where they're hitting him after the play, after he's releasing the ball, and that's something we're really trying to eliminate so we can keep him clean.
How do you eliminate it? Is it just making communications better up front, identifying?
Just making sure guys and finishing the protections, just make sure you finish and don't let in the back, like just taking away the leakage.
James, this is the kind of game I know you guys really want to win. How do you guard against putting too much pressure on yourselves going down there to Georgia?
I feel like you just continue, don't really focus on the who's, just focus on what we have here at Tennessee and focus on everybody doing their job. You don't really focus on the game, the big picture of who it is. It's just you focus on doing your job, and I feel like we all do our job and execute, we should be able to come out with a victory.
It wasn't very fun 2 years ago down there. Is this team a lot wiser and smarter than 2 years ago down there in Athens?
Yeah, I feel like we've matured a lot since then. I feel like we should be able to go out there and reflect on the football field.
What do you remember about last year's game against Georgia?
I remember it was we didn't really have a lot of success running the ball last year, and it was still a close game. We got away with a lot of stuff that game. I feel like we can go out there and eliminate a lot of the mistakes that we made last year. We should be able to do a lot better.
Are you more confident that you will be able to run it more successfully against Georgia? Because last year you ended up with negative yards. I know some of that was
last year
sacks.
we ended up with negative yards. And I feel like this year is something we really harped on all off-season, so it's something we really going there focusing on to be able to have a running game against these guys.
What's the key to having a running game against Georgia?
I feel like winning the line of scrimmage, being physical out the line, the ball, and the running backs hitting it downhill, and it all starts up front.
It was a 6-6 game at halftime a year ago. Does that give you any confidence about playing against Georgia this year?
Well, I feel like we're a different team and they're a different team, but knowing that we'll be able to stick in there with them is going to be something, we feel like we can go head-to-head with anybody in the league. So, I mean, it's going to be a whole new game, so you're really not thinking about last year. You just want to remember the mistakes you made and not repeat them.
What about Marlon Lane? What has he done well? Because it seems like every time he gets the ball, he's able to generate some yards.
I feel like he's real good with his vision. He's hitting the holes vertical, and he's really good at that. He's not done a lot of juking, but when he does get in space, he will use his moves.
How nice is it to have kind of two tailbacks that can, those guys I think combined for almost 200 yards rushing yards.
I mean, I feel like that's real good because you're comfortable with whoever back there, whatever down it is. You know you're going to have an able back there getting the ball.
Thanks, sir.